Welcome to the Off-Grid Podcast, powered by Retreat Caravans. Join us as we dive into the incredible stories of caravanners who've embraced the open road and the off-grid lifestyle. Welcome to another episode of the Off-Grid Podcast. Today I've got Matt and Tiff with me, who are caravan owners of Retreat Caravans, but more importantly, and more renowned for being the OzRoamerz handlers on Instagram. G'day, guys.
Howdy.
Yeah, g'day. Thanks for this.
No, not a problem. Thank you very much for joining us. And first thing I've got to ask, though, being a Retreat Caravan owner or a caravan owner in general, it doesn't look like a design that we've got behind you. What kind of a layout's that one behind you?
So we're actually in a cabin at the moment at Discovery Parks in Byron Bay. We're just
diversifying our travels a little bit with the van. We're in a cabin at the minute, but we're still traveling. We're still loving being on the road and escaping that Victorian winter at the moment. Yeah, so
I can assure you, I've got my split system aircon going on in my office, and it's nice and warm in here. We'll get back to your caravanning experiences in a minute, but please introduce me to the bundle of joy that you had on the road, I must say.
Yeah.
So this is little Hurley.
G'day, Hurley.
Hi.
Hello.
So I actually did my my whole pregnancy in the caravan. So right up until it was only a few weeks.
Right? Pregnancy in a caravan's got to be an exclusive club.
There's not many of us around, and to be honest, you've got to be really organised. Whilst you're travelling, we did the whole East Coast right up until Cooktown, and then back to home, which is in Echuca. So.
Yeah.
Nice. So, I mean, my experiences with pregnancy, obviously, I haven't had any kids of my own, but obviously I've got 3 kids, as you can appreciate. But you got to know, like, as in your appointments, your hospital that you're going to have it. So you guys just took it all on the fly.
Pretty much. I had like a bit of a spreadsheet almost going. Yeah. So there'd be certain towns we would pre-book into to have like blood tests, see a doctor, and ultrasounds even. We had got an ultrasound in Byron. We did one in Airlie Beach. So, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, you just elevate your organisation, I guess, and with travelling anyways. And Tiff was right onto it that certain weeks we had to be in this town, and we booked ahead, and it worked. Yeah, so it was really, really good and quite seamless, really. And the people that we met along the way in those places that give us a hand were just so friendly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Hurley, is he a Victorian, a New South Welshman, a Queenslander? Like, what are we talking here?
He's Victorian.
Victorian, beautiful.
Yeah,
So
it was the Echuca Hospital there. So, yeah.
You send him a Carlton membership?
Maybe Bombers.
Bombers, yeah.
You know what, by the time Hurley grows up, in 18 years or so, Carlton might be competitive. So did the name Hurley come from Michael Hurley, out of curiosity, if you're a Bombers fan?
No. So with Hurley, we were looking for a name that sort of represented water, because we always love being around the water, whether it's a river, on the water for fishing. So it actually means sea tide.
Sea tide. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like, I'm not sure what. It's obviously European somewhere.
It's Gaelic.
Gaelic. Sea tide.
And you know what? He loves the water, like baths. We took him down to the beach and dipped his toes in, and he just loves it. So.
Well, there's no pressure. You have to be one with the water.
That's right. Yeah.
We give him a nickname of Aquaman.
Yeah. He seems pretty happy at the minute, isn't he? Looking at the screen. Yeah.
Nice. Now, guys, obviously you have a caravan, and you've had a caravan obviously for a while. And I will touch on the recent transaction that you've made as well a little bit later on. But tell me, how did you feel knowing, and you've done what a lot of people have dreamt of doing, said, bugger it, we're going to quit our jobs and we're just going to go on the road full time, and whatever happens. Obviously we'll find work on the road. How did that feel to actually do that and say that, and what brought you to that point?
Yeah, I guess both coming from a pretty busy industry with the trade and Tiff in sales. After a while, after doing it for so long, you need a change, and that hectic life can sort of take a toll on you a little bit. So we decided, I think it was 2021. Yeah. That we were going to do it. We packed up the house, rented it, and headed north into New South Wales and beyond. So,
but first we went to Tassie first in the back of the troopy. We did 2 weeks, which was amazing. Then we got back and we're like, you know what, we actually really like this.
Yeah.
We thought we'd only do 6 months to start with.
Yeah.
So we brought a caravan, and then 6 months turned into 2 years.
And have you always been caravanners, or did your journey start like as in tenting it or in a camper van or something like that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
My family, we were always tenting and that down like Wilson's Prom, Warrnambool, since I was probably Hurley's age.
Okay.
Yeah. And myself growing up on the river was always camping, swagging. Camper trailer back in 2017, a big West Coast trip on my own. Yep. And all that sort of thing. Yeah. So there's always been something there with the outdoors with both of us in our young times. Yeah.
And I see you guys don't mind a bit of fishing. So tell us, Matt, like what's been your best catch, obviously, besides the 2 people right next to you? What's been your best catch?
Oh, well, I'll probably Tiff always dominates the quantity because it's her thing. It's I always love throwing a rod in, bit of river bashing, but Tiff with the finesse and stuff and her history that she has with women in recreational fishing, it's definitely her thing. So I'm going to sort of gloat a little bit that I've still got the biggest fish on our trip, but she is. What's that? Sorry.
What did it measure?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe like 75 or something.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. But Tiff still dominates all the quantities every time we go.
And I'm going to say probably more species too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands down. Yeah.
The fish, what kind of fish was it?
It was an emperor. Yeah, spangled emperor in Exmouth. Yeah.
Well, I can't honestly say that I know what that is. The only thing I catch when I go fishing is a cold. So, you won't get much out of me. But obviously the lifestyle of being there fishing and just in the peacefulness of the river or wherever you might be, I know that you can't beat it, especially when you've got great company as well.
That's right. Yeah. In the tinny or in a bigger boat or whatever.
All
land-based. Yeah. We went land-based. Yeah.
So tell me, guys, right? You have a current caravan, and you had Hurley in that caravan.
We had him in the hospital. But...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As in, like, he was born into that caravan, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But there's been some recent movement in the OzRoamerz caravanning lifestyle. Why don't you tell us what's happened recently?
Sure. Well, once when we knew we were having Hurley, we decided, we didn't need a van for a little while. We were happy just to be back in the 4 walls and just see how things moved along. But things changed pretty quickly. And our first retreat, that is now sold. Yeah, it's gone to a great couple in our hometown, believe it or not. It was such a great handover. 2 kids. They're looking to do the lap, which was so good to hand that over. So that's why we're in a cabin at the minute, but we're still up north traveling. And only yesterday, drum roll, yesterday we put a deposit on our new retreat, 2023, Whit Sunday SE. So super excited about that later in the year to pick that up.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations on not only having a baby on the road and joining that exclusive club, but now joining the exclusive club of the dual retreat ownership as well. So,
totally
ticking all the boxes.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Nice work. Well, I think you said you were getting it later in the year, right? So Hurley will be ready to run a muck in there, and you guys can get it all nice and prepped up like you did your first caravan as well. It looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we can't wait. We're still, we've got the bunk style now for the little man, and
just have to lock him in the bottom somewhere because he just moves so much.
Close the concertina door and say, Hurley, this is your side of the caravan. This is your retreat. The other side's our retreat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Nice. So
now, rumours are you guys actually managed a caravan park as well. Is that right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. On our travels, we picked up work along the road. That was our whole objective. Like we had a little cash pool like everyone does, but that doesn't last forever. So we worked along the way. I did a bit of my trade, but we also did works in caravan parks with Discovery. So We did a bit in Western Australia, and then we also managed to park back closer to home. The summer of 21, 22 or 22. Yeah. That was a great experience, meeting lots of like-minded people. And also last year, Tiff working up here at the Byron Discovery Park. So, yeah,
And
great
giving
experiences.
you guys a good little bit of knowledge, for getting your first caravan or even thinking about upgrading to your second caravan, all the different ideas that people have on a caravan.
Oh, definitely. I guess me working in the office, like I would see a lot of different caravanners come in and get to chat to them. And there was a lot of new caravanners as well that would come to the park. So I'd often go out in the buggy. I'd leave the office, go out in the buggy, and I'd help them reverse or set up or anything. So just trying to offer, my 2 little cents of advice and, what we've experienced on the road.
Sure.
That's it. Obviously, learning from each other is really good. Now, when we go at the Caravan Park, question I've got, obviously, this is the Off-Grid podcast, and, we want to know if people are going off-grid for longer. Are you finding that more and more people are not going to caravan parks these days because they want to get away from that hustle and bustle? Or are caravan parks are still a thing of necessity for, be it charging, for relaxing and, doing the washing in like big loads and that sort of stuff? What do you guys see that caravan parks are these days?
I guess from working in caravan parks, it's still really busy. The backpackers have definitely come back to Byron. So all the unpowered ones are nearly full. Like, it's crazy.
Okay.
But definitely you still see families.
You still see people come in, like they roll in and the vans are covered in red dirt or dust or mud. And you just know that they haven't been anywhere near civilization for a little while.
And do they come in nice and proud, like, look how the man is?
And washing, like, there's so much washing online.
Open up the awning and dust comes out and all that sort of thing. And then that they've had their great experience over the past week or 10 days, and then they're here for some bit of green grass, or at any caravan park for some green grass and a load of washing and a pool to swim in. So... yeah,
maybe the jumping pillow as well. Who knows?
Playground.
A huge, big part.
Now, Matt, you're a bit of a handyman. You said earlier, right? You've got your caravan coming up later this year. Are you planning on doing anything to the stock stock 2023 model, or are you going to take it as is?
Probably one thing that we want to, we love outdoor kitchen. So we definitely will look at that. A pull-out kitchen. There's nothing better. We have one in our other van, just to pull out for the Weber. But I think I really like a sink this time to do a bit of washing up and a bit of dirty stuff outside, and also bacon and eggs in the morning. You know what I mean? Outside in the fry pan. There's nothing better. That'll be a definite thing, that the outdoor kitchen out in the tunnel boot.
The good thing is they're very, very easily retrofitted as well. And listen, given that, you're in that exclusive club and you're Victorians, when it comes time to getting that outdoor kitchen, hit me up and I'll see if I can give you a mates rates discount on the whole components, right? Get it installed, or, you being the handyman you are, I'm sure all you'll need is a bit of an instruction guide.
Yeah. It's going to come at the right time of year. I guess we pick the van up, in spring, cooking outside, the first taste Victorians get, we go everywhere. So, yeah.
As soon as we get that Melbourne Cup holiday, I reckon from there we're all in holiday mode.
100%. Yeah.
Right. And now, Tiff, have you thought about what the inspiration is going to look like on the inside? Because, everyone likes to design their caravan inside a certain way, and I've seen a lot on Instagram. Instagram these days has transitioned from take photos of the food at the restaurant
to what your van looks like inside.
Yeah,
I definitely like a sort of boho sort of theme inside. I believe it's a darker colour, isn't it, our van inside?
Yeah, a little, not too dark.
Not too dark, but definitely do a few things to brighten up the inside, bit of colour as well. And we have never had to do anything with bunk beds before, so we'll have to find Hurley's first little sleeping bag and stuff.
And maybe some little stickers to put on the wall around in his bunks, and kangaroos or something, and crocodiles and whatnot.
Now, I was having a chat to a couple of other customers not long ago, and they're also exactly like you guys. They're on social media and they're documenting their journeys. I think they go by retreating into the sunshine, and that boho theme, and the decals that they've put on the bunk beds and that. I think they've nailed it. So if you guys want to take any inspiration, not only did your van look really, really nice, but that's probably another thing that you consider as well. Like there's, you'd have to match your internal color already, but you know, I think all of our customers are kicking. I don't know if they can beat this, but I think all of our customers are kicking ass on the internal decoration side.
Oh yeah, I think it helps too that like the base of what the caravan is, like the retreat, the internal finishes are so nice as well. So it gives you a good starting point on what to do and how you want your van to look. As well.
They're always really nice and bright. There's not too many dark colours, and if there is, well, there's a lot of the big white roof and the flooring. It still brings a nice little lot of natural light in to not make it so dark.
All you need is a nice funky throw on the bed or some, clothes or some spaghetti spoons or spatulas or something like that, like a bright green or something like that, and automatically you've opened it up.
Yeah. And a few pot plants.
Fake pot plants.
Correct. Now, guys, on your travels, right, tell us about some of the most, I guess, memorable destinations that you've been to, right, and some of the target goals that you've got maybe in 2024 to get to.
I'll go first.
Yeah, definitely.
My favourite place that we went to was the Bungles. It was the hardest place I found that we had to actually get to just in the car. We couldn't take the van with us because of the way the roads are. I think it's a single axle only car or van you're allowed to take, but it's a World Heritage area. It's just so untouched. It's just absolutely amazing. Like the road in took us hours because it was so corrugated. You had to go through heaps of water crossings, but it was just magical. So I just I just loved it.
And that's all part of the journey, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like the end is the reward, but actually getting there is the most fun. Yeah.
It's all about the journey, like the lifestyle of, where you guys came from in your tents and, roughing it, to now glamping in a retreat caravan going to see whether it be with or without the van. But, and where are you thinking of heading to in 2024 and beyond?
Tiff wants to go back to WA.
Love it over there.
It's amazing. We often always said we done, 1 year in the west, 1 year in the east, and we always sort of said to each other, if you could be anywhere right now, where would you want to go? And it's instantly back to the top northwest corner of Western Australia. It is just so remote. Again, it's the journey to get there. It's the reward when you get there, those beautiful west sunsets. The
fishing.
The remoteness, even though there might be a few other campers around, there might not be anyone else for another sort of 10Ks, I think it's all about the journey to get to the west.
100%. I mean, our guys went on to a trip for the Gibb River Road probably about maybe 7 or 8 years ago now. They documented this trip heading down the Gibb. And, Sammy, when he came back, he said it was just the most unbelievable experience getting from Melbourne to WA. And the pinnacle was actually, no doubt you guys know Cable Beach, right? Not many caravans actually land on Cable Beach. People drive their cars and all that sort of stuff there, but there's this iconic image that we have of his caravan, which would have been about 23 foot, sitting on Cable Beach with a satellite dish out, watching the footy.
Yeah.
Just being able to talk about those moments, and leading up to those moments, it's just unbelievable, whether it's WA, New South Wales, or freezing Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And we want to get up to Carumba and all that too eventually.
Yeah, so, and then the East Coast a lot further up than where we've been. So we can't wait for the new van. And now we've got the little man all sorted. We'll pack the car and then we definitely will be escaping again in Victoria.
Little man, little van, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want to end with a quote, right? A quote that I reckon some smart people came up with. And enjoy your life your way.
That's Tiff. Yeah. That's always our Tiff's little motto.
Yeah, our life, our way.
Yeah.
Exactly right, mate. You guys deserve it for making that big decision just to shut shop where you were at home and just said, we're going, and, earning a crust on the road, enjoying moments on the road, having a baby on the road. To me, I'm not wearing a hat, but if I had one, hats off to you. That's, it's really, really thankful for you guys to spend a bit of time in your busy lifestyle. I know you tried to put Hurley to sleep before, and he really wanted to be on the Off-Grid podcast.
FOMO. He just has to be on.
Well, I'll let you guys go, and hopefully, one day we'll catch each other off the grid or even at the dealership, when you come down to pick up your caravan, let us know.
We will definitely give you a tingle, and when we come down to pick it up, we'll call in. Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. Well, guys, thanks again, and we'll speak to you soon, okay?
Thanks, Tilly.
Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. See you later.
See ya.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Off Grid Podcast. If you're passionate about off-grid adventures and have a unique story, we'd love to have you on as a guest. Connect with us to share your experiences and inspire others with your off-grid journey. Remember, life is an adventure meant to be lived off the grid. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories, helpful tips, and exciting adventures. This is the Off Grid Podcast, powered by Retreat Caravans.